After grocery shopping, you know. Hey, it's Tuesday. I don't think I actually started the vlog yesterday. So sorry for that. I do think I got some like B-roll footage at least, so hopefully that makes up for it a little bit. Charlotte and I both had the day off yesterday, so we pretty much relaxed most of the morning. I got some things done. I got some videos edited. I got one video published on YouTube yesterday, and I have one that's gonna go up I think today, because I'm really trying to get myself all caught up. And then I did some writing, which was good, and then we went to BJ's. I saw the cutest little robot that I was obsessed with, and then we went to my parents' house for dinner. Today, my nose is itchy. Today, I also let myself lay around in bed for a good long time. I'm just now getting up. It's like 12:30. It's my day off. I can do what I want. I'm about to go edit another video, do some writing. I have to pick up Max from school, and then we're headed over to Apple. I'm getting myself a new Apple Watch, and Max is getting a new iPad. Both of our devices that we already had are so old they don't work properly anymore. Like we can't even like trade them in, they're so old. So we're just gonna recycle them and replace them. So that's very exciting. Max has been asking for a little while to be able to do that, so he's really excited. I'm really excited. And then when we get home, we'll probably watch Mockingjay. We watched Catching Fire yesterday because we're getting ready for Hamich's book to come out. So yeah, that's the update. I'm still reading Chain Gang All-Stars. My hope is that I'll finish it today so that I can start something new tonight. But we'll just see how that all goes, and I am going to get out of bed and eat something now because I'm starving. So anyway, bye. Hey, it's Tuesday. It's not Tuesday. Hey, it's Wednesday, and the day is already not going according to plan. Max woke up this morning before school and said that his throat hurt, so we took him over to the doctor and he has strep, so he's home. I just got home from the pharmacy picking up his meds. So it's just been a morning. I don't really have much good to say about it. I did finish Changing All Stars last night by Nana Kwame Adjei-Brenyah, and I really loved it. I was devastated. I was sobbing. I had to read the ending like 3 times to make sure I wasn't misinterpreting or misreading, because I couldn't believe that it ended like that, and at the same time, like, it made so much sense that it ended like that, but I just didn't want it to, so I had to keep reading to make sure that it did actually end like that, which was heartbreaking. This book is full of heartbreak and violence and lots of talk about the industrial prison complex, the for-profit prison system that we have in America today, but also in this dystopian future. One of my favorite things about it was the footnotes. Some of it was nonfiction that was about our system and how it works today, which is where he was getting most of these. Like, it was very obvious that this wasn't entirely a jump that wouldn't possibly be made to like a potential future for the way that the prison system works. But it was sad. And it was especially heavy just within the time period of American history that we're living in. I would highly recommend it. I know I'm going to have more to say, but I'm just kind of sitting with my thoughts for right now. I did just finish it last night, so I'll probably talk about it a little bit more when I wrap up the vlog, but just know that it was very good. I'm giving it a 5-star rating. And then this morning, while we were waiting at the doctor, I did start with Reckless by Elsie Silver. This is the 4th book in the Chestnut Spring series. This one is following Winter Hamilton, Summer from the first book's sister, and Theo Silva, who is Rhett from the first book's mentee, protege kind of thing. They have a one-night stand. There's an accidental pregnancy. I will say we made it to page 62 without mention of a hard-on, which I think is a new record for an Elsie Silver book, but it wasn't our male main character who was talking about the hard-on. It was the female main character, and I'm okay with that. So I'm really enjoying it so far. 62 pages in. Oh, sorry, 64 pages in. I am going to continue reading that today. My goal was to write a little bit this morning after dropping Max off at school, but that clearly didn't happen. And now I'm just like not in the right headspace to sit down and write. So I'll probably write on my break at work because I have to go into work in a little bit. Because that's just the cherry on top, is having a closing shift today. But it is what it is. That's my update. My sweet girl Midnight is looking out on her kingdom. I have a little bit of time to just try and decompress before I have to get ready for work, and I'm gonna try and make the day a little better. There's some other things, like personal things going on, that are making everything that seems minor feel much bigger. And I truly did crash out a little bit earlier today, and then I realized that I have a stain on my sweatshirt. I have no idea where that came from, so that was upsetting to me as well. It just seems like it's one of those days where like just all the little things are gonna pile on top of each other until it feels like everything is really big, which, like, all these current problems that I'm having, it feels so silly to be worked up about them, but I am, and that's just life, baby. But anyway, I'm gonna try and decompress, probably try and read a little bit before I have to get ready for work, and then I'll probably check in with you after I get out, because I do plan on buying some books today at work, so I'll probably be back with a haul. Bye. Hey, sorry for how I look, but I feel barely alive. It's Thursday and I have work in a few hours, but I figured I would do a real quick check-in. I do have a reading update for you, and that is that I have not finished Reckless. Oh my god. I was thinking that I hadn't told you that I finished Chain Gang All-Stars at the same time that I held this up, but I do think I told you that I finished Chain Gang All-Stars, and I do think I told you that I started this. But I made some progress in it. I'm on page 128 now. Essentially, we have Winter. She is our character Summer from the first book's sister. She has a lot of trauma, she has a lot of baggage, and she has left her husband after what came out in book 1. And she's kind of starting over again in Chestnut Springs. She has a one-night stand with Theo Silva. He is a bull rider he is Rhett, Summer's fiance's mentee for bull riding. And it's supposed to be just like a one-time thing. No one's ever supposed to find out about it, but she ends up getting pregnant. And at first I thought this was going to be kind of like an accidental pregnancy where he's there through the whole pregnancy, but spoilers, he's not. When she tries to tell him, she gets this message that's like, thanks for letting me know. And then he never contacts her again. And she's like, what the hell? But fine. So then we flash forward 18 months. Baby is already here, 9 months old, and he comes back and he has no idea that she's had a baby. And he's just found out, and it's literally heart-wrenching. It took what I was expecting of this accidental pregnancy trope and like kind of turned it on its head to something that I wasn't expecting, and I'm really enjoying that. But like, even when I was reading these text messages, I was like, something is clearly off. Like, we've been in Theo's head, like, something is off, this doesn't seem right. And now I'm like stressed to find out what happened, because what could have possibly happened? So I am going to read some more of this before I have to go into work. But I also figured I'd do a really quick haul for you, because I did mention that I was going to buy a lot of books yesterday, and I did buy a lot of books. I gave myself $100 to spend on some of the books that I wanted, and then I only spent $83. Thank you, Barnes & Noble employee discount. But so I picked up Wild Side by Elsie Silver. I picked up the new Ava Reid, Fable for the End of the World, which is sapphic. We love that. I got Nightweaver by R.M. Gray. I got Broken Country, which is Barnes & Noble's book club pick this month, by Claire Leslie Hall. I also got the YA book club pick, Our Infinite Fates by Laura Stevens, though I do think the UK cover is better than the US covers. I got Amelie Wen Zhao's new book, The Scorpion and the Night Blossom. And then I got Cassandra Clare's The Ragpicker King, which is the sequel to Swordcatcher. Have I read Swordcatcher? No. But I had to get the first run because of this. She's stunning. She's gorgeous. I have the Illumicrate version of Swordcatcher, which I'm not going to like because it now doesn't match. So I might see about selling that at the used books superstore that I go to and see if I can find either the paperback of Swordcatcher or just the standard hardcover of Swordcatcher so that they match better. I don't know why I am the way that I am, but I am, and I don't like it when my books don't match, so we'll see. Anyway, it's 10:30. I have about an hour and a half before I have to get up and get ready for work. Max is in his room. He's not feeling well still, but he is feeling a little better than he was last night. And then I'm gonna get up and get ready for work. So I'm gonna read some more and I'll update you maybe before I go to work. No promises though. Hey, a real quick update. It is Friday night and I've just gotten home from work. I finished Reckless last night and it was so cute. I'm giving this a 5 out of 5 star. I think I liked this more than Heartless. So right now my rating is Reckless, Heartless, Powerless, and then Flawless. For the series, I only have Hopeless left, and I'm really excited to get to that one. I'll talk more about like the rating, but I just absolutely loved it. Theo Silva is everything to me. Winter, Vivi, perfection. Loved it so much. And then today I got some cool packages in the mail. So first I got this new sweatshirt. It's a Park sweatshirt, the mock neck, and I have been wanting it so bad for so long, but they've always been sold out. And I managed to get this colorway, which wasn't my top choice, but I do think it's very classic, so I'll be happy that this is the only one that I have. And then I'm gonna wait for Charlotte to get back to show you the other thing that we got, because Charlotte was particularly excited about getting these. She really wanted them, and I had alerts set up everywhere that I could think of to set alerts for to get them, and I got them for us. So when she is done getting herself ready for bed, we'll show you that. But my reading plans for the rest of the weekend, I really want to read Firefly Wedding by Oreko Tachibana. This is a manga. It's about this girl who is a noble, but she has a heart condition that means she's gonna die soon, and so she has to get married in order to set her family up, and then she somehow becomes the target. Oh, that made it so dark, turning that light off.
Oh, sorry.
No, you didn't know. I just was too lazy to turn on the big light in the room, which is not even a big light. It's just like the bigger light than we have over there. And I don't have a light. Oh, there I am.
There she is. The prettiest girl around.
Should I do all of that again so that you can see me? Maybe, but I'm not going to, so forgive me. And then somehow she becomes the target of this assassin. So to save herself from the assassin, she's like, hey, do you want to marry me? And he agrees. And she wasn't expecting him to agree. And he takes his vows very, very seriously. So that's that. And then I want to start Rebel Witch by Kristen Ciccarelli. This is the sequel to Heartless Hunter, which I absolutely loved, and I'm very excited to read. So those are my weekend reading plans. And now
For the grand reveal.
Charlotte has joined me so we can do the grand reveal. Are you ready? La boobs!
Boobs.
La
They're
boobs!
matching.
They're matching. They're the same. They're girlfriends. Just like we're not girlfriends, we're fiancés.
The boobs.
The boobs. But Charlotte really wanted one. And
Yeah.
I made it happen.
Pause.
Do you love her?
I love her.
So,
She's sleeping.
she's sleeping. They're so cute. Here's an up close. They're so cute. Are you happy?
Thrilled. I can't wait to go into work tomorrow.
Hey, it is Sunday. It's also daylight savings time, so we lost an hour. So that's awful, and I hate that for me. But I have had a really good morning. It's actually almost 1. I have work tonight. Like, I'm working an overnight at work, so I'm working from like 5:30 to 1 a.m. So the vlog will end before I go into work. But Charlotte just went to go pick us up some Chinese food. We're gonna have lunch as a family, because Max goes back to his dad today, and then I have to work tonight, so we can't eat dinner tonight. Anyway, that's like a whole long explanation to explain that I'm about to be getting up from bed to eat lunch. But I have spent the morning started with Rebel Witch. I also started and finished Firefly Wedding yesterday, which was a manga, and it was so fun. It's so, like, it's something that I would have loved, like, when I was, like, younger, but I'm really enjoying it now. It's, like, the perfect amount of cringe. You know what I mean? The art is absolutely stunning. Our main male character is, like, this psychotic assassin, and he's like super toxic. It's super toxic, but I'm having like a really fun time with it. I think I'm gonna give it like 4 stars. And then I've read 92 pages of Rebel Witch. The Crimson Moth was one of my favorite books of 2024, and I really think so far this is going to live up to the expectations that I have for the sequel. I love it. It's really doing enemies to lovers back to enemies so well. I'm like really loving it. I'm like so into it. It's perfect. Also, I never want to take this sweatshirt off, this Park sweatshirt. I truly worth the investment. This is my new favorite thing. But anyway, that's my update for now because it is a sequel, so I can't really tell you too much about it. We essentially start up, I think it's like a month after the ending of Crimson Moth. And they are, they've just agreed to a tentative and temporary truce, because they're realizing that they may need to work together, so that a greater evil doesn't prevail. And I'm really into it. So I'm going to keep reading until Charlotte gets home. And then we're going to maybe watch some of A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, because we watched Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 last night, which was heartbreaking. But yeah, that's my update. I think I've said that multiple times now, and then I just keep talking. So I'm gonna stop talking now. Okay, bye. Hey, it's Editing Hannah from the future coming to give you a reading wrap up for what we read in this most recent vlog. We did actually read quite a bit this week, which is shocking. First off, we finished Chain Gang All Stars. I'm pretty sure, hold on. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure I gave it a 5-star. I was right. I did give it a 5-star rating. This is a beautifully written, heartbreaking human story about two women on this chain gang who are fighting in these kind of gladiator style fights to the death to earn their freedom from the industrial prison system in this not so distant dystopian future. It has a blend of statistics about the current political system and judicial system and the penal system, all of those systems, which show where he was able to, I don't want to say gain inspiration, but taking current things that are happening in our world and turning them into this dystopian future. I cannot say enough good things about this. I think it is an insanely important read for anyone. It's going to be relevant for as long as our industrial prison complex system profits off of people and takes advantage of people, specifically people of color and African Americans. It was just heartbreaking. I loved it, but I would definitely read trigger warnings if you are someone who struggles with certain content. It is graphic and violent and horrific, but also heartbreaking and beautiful at times. I don't have enough positive things to say, but 5 stars. I'm sorry I couldn't be more eloquent. Next, I read Reckless by Elsie Silver. This is the 4th book in the Chestnut Springs series, and so far this one's my favorite. I also gave this one 5 stars, The Duality of Man. Theo Silva is a hero to die for. I loved him. I loved Winter, Hamilton. She was fantastic. I really like how Elsie Silver handled the accidental pregnancy trope. I know that's not for everyone, but I personally really enjoy it. Yeah, 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. It was definitely what I needed after reading such a hard-hitting, intense book like Chain Gang All Stars. And then next we read Firefly Wedding by Oreko Tachibana. This was really fun. I gave it, I think, 4-star rating. I had a really good time with it. This is definitely toxic, a toxic relationship. But it was fun and I really like the art and I'm really excited to keep reading it. So excellent. And then I started Rebel Witch by Kristen Ciccarelli. This is the sequel to The Crimson Moth, which I absolutely loved in 2024. It was on my top 10 list. This one picked up about a month after that book ends, and I had a really great time with this. But I think I only read maybe 150 pages in this vlog, so you're gonna have to watch the next vlog to find out the rating. So yeah, that's what I read in this last vlog. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!